Katie Deits, what kind of artist are you? What kind of work do you love to do?
I love to do sculpture, painting, photography, drawing that reaches out and touches people at a very emotional and meaningful place, not just for them personally, but also for society in general.
Currently, you are working in some magnificent sculptures. Can you talk about the mediums that you use, the materials that you use? What are you working in?
Well, I usually start out working with clay, some type of terracotta, usually something with grog in it to give it some more stability so that I can build fairly large sculptures. I did one sculpture that I particularly like called As I Think, which is a person who is an androgynous person. Some people think it's male, some people think it's a female, but basically it's whatever the person wants it to be. And this person is covered, tattooed so to speak, with sayings and quotations that I've collected over many years in my journals. Poems, or could be a saying or quotation from someone who it's been meaningful to me. It's helped me possibly to get through a hard time. There's quotes on there from everyone from Buddha and Jesus to Helen Keller, George Bernard Shaw, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Aristotle, Gandhi, many quotations, and they're all have a little bit different spin on each one, like the Velveteen Rabbit, how do you know when you're real? And one that I really like is one by Joan Baez that says, it's on the clavicle here of the sculpture, it says, you don't get to say how you're going to die or when, but you can decide how you're going to live now. And one of my hopes is when people see these, when I exhibit it, is that they are inspired by it. A lot of times people take a lot of time to read it. And what I'd like to do is to see this go into a health center, or maybe where people are having chemotherapy, where there are caretakers that have to wait for a while, so that people can be lifted. And also it's been shown that people who have positive attitudes, who feel they're going to get well, are more likely to do so.
It's a great idea. Is it a sculpture that can be touched?
Well, I do like for it to be touched. I have created them in bronze. In addition, the original is in clay, but actually it's funny because when I do exhibit it, people do like to touch it. There's something about this person that's very appealing, and also the person is looking up. Now, with eye language, when a person looks up, they're thinking about something usually. They're imagining something, they're recalling something from the past.
And you are an award-winning artist. You have been acknowledged. Can you talk about what you won your awards for?
Well, I have competed a lot in competition, but I guess what I'm most proud of recently, which was a great honor for me, was to be recognized in 2007 as the recipient for the South Florida Culture Consortium Fellowship for Palm Beach County. So I was very honored to receive that because there's so many talented artists. And the fact that they chose me, really, it touched me, it gave me encouragement to continue on with my work.
And you have invented a particular kind of work that I believe was displayed in that show.
Yes, well, the work that I displayed was called Looking Down at the Lake Park Library, which was abstract images found in a 2,000 square foot area of the Lake Park Library parking lot. That was created I shot that series in 2006 and won the award in 2007. However, I have been shooting what I call looking down most of my life, finding patterns, finding interesting gradations of patterns, and also seeing things seeing images in the pavement. Usually it's pavement, it could be asphalt, that I find where it's a collision often of nature and man-made substances. What I've done recently over the past year is to take those images, a new series that I've taken that have a very terracotta look to it, very earth tones. I saw images of from mythological images, images from the Bible, images from cave paintings like the Lascaux cave paintings or cave paintings in Ceylon. And when I was taking these images, I actually saw them in there. So I took them and then I print out the photograph onto canvas or paper, and then I draw on it, draw the images with charcoal or Conte and graphite. And so I call this procedure reverse abstraction, photographic drawings. Each one is original, no two are alike. And often when I turn an image one way, it's a totally different picture. But it all comes from a lot of studying of art history, literature. I'm inspired by literature, human relationships, and also it brings to me the fact that we all, as human beings, have so much in common. We have a lot in common with prehistoric man. Even though we're living in the 21st century, our needs are really still the same. We still need love, we still need shelter, food, affection, and I feel an affinity with people of all areas like that.